videos and they started rapping. They made a fucking podcast. Like they had
cool.
applicable skills that would offer them longevity. But a lot of fucking Vine people did not. What happened to them? They made a lot of money, and you know, some of them probably invested it wisely. And now they're basically living off of those investments. And that's pretty much it. That's how they are surviving. They're not surviving because Noel streams a few times a week. Yeah, I know, he's my friend. So the difference between like what we do as broadcasters on Twitch in comparison to like what Vine people do on YouTube is that like Twitch is basically an immediate fucking change from Twitch to YouTube. Like you could literally go, there's a little Bernie Sanders Twitch stream. I don't care. Like, what do you want me to do? Bernie Sanders is live all the fucking time. What the fuck is wrong with you guys, dude? What do you want me to fucking go tune into Bernie Sanders every time I'm in the middle of something? Go watch it on your own. What the fuck? God damn, dude. Fuck. Holy shit. Oh, you're a fan of Bernie? Name all of his albums. All right. It's top of the hour. Every hour I'm going to run a 60-second ad break right now. And then we're going to continue with this. We're going to finish this and move on to some other reacts. This is really good. I'm loving the react content today. Oh my God, my mom needs to make me chicken tendies. I'm fucking dying, dude.
What is the Yoke Network?
So essentially an influencer, I'd say ecosystem, a community, and we help creators to earn, create, and collaborate.
And is it quite a lucrative business at the minute?
It's performed really well. We've like grown a lot over the past like 12 months. We're in the space to like try and pioneer and do it a lot differently.
Obviously, a lot of people are going to be wondering who's paying for this and how.
The company, we've been doing well and growing, so we just use our capital to invest in a project. And obviously it's like a big risk, but fortunately it will pay off, hopefully. And you're going to see like them really changing the world.
How do you think they're going to change the world with things like ice skate rink videos?
It is bringing joy and entertainment. Everyone has different tastes. Some of the fans and the responses that you get, someone to say, I love it. Like, I've only really had positive comments.
What do you think of the criticism around kind of, obviously, the fact that now is a really difficult time for people financially, and then here come all these teenagers, like, flexing about how much money they make and living in this big house. Like, do you ever feel uncomfortable about that? What do you think about that?
It's been a difficult time, but I think what we're trying to do is kind of give people inspiration, because really and truly, like, the kids that are in front of the camera, these guys, they've worked hard to get where they are. Like, some of the creators in the house, they've been on social media, like, really creating content and trying to get their name out there for like 7 years. So I think the more of the message is like, when you get to the top of your industry, or when you're doing things to the best of your ability, then this is what it kind of looks like. These guys, they'll spend 6-7 hours making content that's gonna be like 15, 16 seconds, you know? You can only kind of respect the work that they're putting in.
What the fuck? They're spending 6 to 7 hours to make 15 seconds of content? What the fuck? Literally Twitch streamer? Wait, dude, that's fucking insane. I don't believe that. What would you start doing if Twitch died tomorrow? Curious? I don't know. Fucking move on to YouTube? Like, take a big old break? It's like me trying to have sex with someone. Yeah, good one. To be fair, they don't have Chad to help them. Hey guys, you know I used to make content before I was on Twitch, and they kind of low-key popped off too. Like, I know how to make content without an audience. I prefer this because I like having an audience. I like having a conversation with people. You guys make this a pleasurable experience for me. But you know, I know how to make fucking videos too.
Milky mommy, milky mommy, milky mommy, milky mommy, milky mommy, milky mommy, milky mommy, milky mommy, milky mommy, milky mommy, milky mommy, milky mommy, milky mommy, milky mommy, milky mommy, milky mommy, milky mommy, milky mommy, milky mommy, milky
So
mommy.
you know how I said, I like the TTS.
Well, hassle in the chat.
Well, there's also people like Mr. Communism Bad, aka the person who's been donating with his like full name and also email for some fucking weird reason. Just to like, you know, derail it. I'm just gonna, instead of turning it off, I'm just gonna block him from donating.
Thank you, Hassan Daddy.
Easy fix, I think. Because there's a hella funny shit that you guys send. How the fuck do I stop? Wait. I want to stop this dude from donating. I don't even know how to do it. I forgot. Did they change this shit? The fuck? Oh, there it is. Never mind.
Thank you for the gaming and news has small.
Once reported, we will add his IP and email to the ban list to prevent donations from this donor onto your account. There you go. Have fun with that. You stupid fuck. Okay, let's keep going. Did I run an ad at the top of the hour already? I did, right? Yeah, I did. Okay, good.
I just got into my dream school and am gonna write leftist agit.
No, I did.
It's all because of you, Azan and chat. Thank you, Hassel.
That we've gotten is kind of mad. I think in time, people understand that you can achieve whatever you want if you just work hard.
Hey,
Whether you like the Wave House account or not, it's hard to deny there's something hypnotic about watching people with limitless funds live out whatever mad fantasy they can dream up in a countryside mansion. The cringe factor is also pretty entertaining. But it also feels like the epitome of that disconnect between the real world and the social media world. It feels real because it's not shrouded in production like a TV show, but for most people who don't have an influencer marketing team paying all the bills, it's completely out of touch with reality. The Bank of England has forecast that by the end of the year, there'll be 2.6 million unemployed people living in the UK. So, who is this content for? Is it supposed to be aspirational, glamorous, funny? Or is it just another luxury shelf for sponsored content to scroll past in the anxious days before our impending...
I'm the leader of the biggest cult on TikTok. How TikTok is revolutionizing steps. Wait, what the fuck?
I do feel like a real cult leader. Like I feel.
What the fuck, dude?
The whole thing about the Wave House.
Wait, there's hella good shit, dude. Hold on, I don't want to lose this list.
I do feel like a real cult leader. Like it feels like I actually.
Okay, there's some fucking good ass. Okay, fuck this himbo shit.
I do feel like.
It's not as good. Okay. There's some really good.
The whole thing.
The leader of a cult, I think like 9,500.
Like a real cult leader. Like it feels like I actually have a real religion.
In a world of many TikTok cults, only one can stand at the top.
And that is us, the Step Chickens.
Wait, what? They like actually unironically call themselves cults? What the fuck?
People will,
What is happening, dude? Why do they,
you know, do what I say. And I don't want to say the puppet master, but
Supreme leader, tell me what to do. I'm all yours. I'm your chicky poo.
I do feel like I have influence or power to sort of craft this narrative that a lot of people want to be a part of.
We must demonstrate that we are the most powerful TikTok cult by dominating the comment section of the For You page. Rise up.
Rise up, Step Chickens!
Rise up, Step Chickens.
Rise up, Step Chickens.
Rise!
wait, why is King Badge doing this? This is satire? Oh, it's not a real cult? It's not a cult. It was just a very popular trend called Step Chickens. Everyone just changed their profile picture to hers. What? That's the guy from Horny Mormons? Wait, who?
Chicken!
Cult by dominating the comment section of the For You page. Rise up.
Rise up, step chickens! Rise up, step chickens.
Rise up, step.
Wait, is this the dude from Horny Mormies? Hassan, I'm starting to think you're actually a boomer. Dude, hey man, I spend every fucking waking moment on this godforsaken platform trying to fucking give you a crumb of entertainment, maybe some education on the side. What the fuck do you want from me? Of course I don't know. Also, King Batch is literally older than me, I think, if not my age. So fuck you on that end too. I'm sorry that I'm not like familiar with the fucking ongoing TikTok trends on the side.
Step chickens.
Rise, step chickens!
To be honest, I don't know that much about real life cults other than the ones that have orgies, because I remember I was invited to one of those on my 18th birthday. I think that there would be a subsection of my cult that would be open to an orgy if I were to orchestrate it. Chicken wing, hot dog and bologna, chicken and macaroni. I think for my cult in particular, people are bonded not just by this like whole notion of a step chickens, but maybe like the central value of my cult is this type of humor that everyone bonds over.
Hey, so sorry to wake you up, but I just wanted to share the good news with you. So we were able to finish charging your phone, so your phone battery is at 100% now. The bad news is that in order to do that, we had to take your mom off life support.
Yeah, this is not funny at all. Never mind, I take it back. The other one, it's too try hard. Polyamory, one mom, two dads, and a baby. Millions are playing it, but is Fortnite addiction a real thing? How to test your dog will wimp out during a burglary? Dogs tested to see whether dogs defend owner during... Will your dog take you on a walk? The Macy is... What is this?
Worth of graphics cards to run. He thinks it's ugly and refuses to play it.
Wait.
Polypog.
Cyberpog has been removed off the PSN? Oh my god. Oh my god. They've been removed off the PlayStation Store. SIE strives to ensure a high level of customer satisfaction. Therefore, we will begin to offer full refund for all gamers who purchase Cyberpunk via the PlayStation Store. SIE will also be removing Cyberpunk 2077 from the PlayStation Store until further notice. What? To be perfectly honest, this makes sense. Like, how many times have I loved it? I loved it. But how many times did I fucking tell you that it is so awful what they did to the fucking people in consoles? Like, the fact that you could not even play this on a fucking PlayStation Pro. It wasn't even playable on a PlayStation Pro. And it was barely playable on a fucking PS5 as well. It kept crashing. Is unacceptable. Like, PC Master Race all the way.
Just to suffer.
Like, we were able to play it. We were able to play a game with like light non-game breaking bugs, basically, when the rest of the world, hundreds of millions of fans, like, didn't get to fucking play this thing.
Skeptical.
Dude, imagine I was the one who was like gonna play it on a PlayStation 5. Like, that's so dumb. I literally was like, I should play it on a PS5 or yeah. It's just, thank God, dude. Physical copies though. Go look at the top post on Cyberpunk game. Remember first gen Xbox? I finished and beat the game on PS4 and I just had to be patient sometimes and reload it. It crashed often yet, but it was totally fucking worth it. I love the shit out of that game. I played it with my rig and it was trash. I felt ripped off and I didn't even pay for it. Trash broken game. I'm on PS5. I somehow got rogue to telephone to my apartment. Wait, what? I have a mid-high-end build from 2 years ago and I have to play it at 1080p at 48 FPS. Yeah, no, you are doing something wrong then. You can tweak it. Never played CD Projekt Red games on console. Thank God I did not buy it for PS4. OMG, I was so close to doing it. No, the game is, for how disastrous it was, for how disastrous the fucking game was in its console launch, it was like remarkably well optimized for the PC. Like, even with the insane amount of bugs, it was literally fucking insanely well optimized for a PC. No, it wasn't. Yes, the fuck it was, dude. If you did configurations, especially with the DLSS system, but I guess it's like, it was not fucking optimized for PC. No, it was not.
I have 60 hours and on PS4 almost.
You have the digital version of the PS5 or the physical disc one? I don't have the PS5 one.
Was at launch base PS4 BTW.
If you had an Nvidia card, I've never seen you cope. Been playing on a Series S Xbox while graphics look whatever. It's fine running fine, no crash, only funny bugs. My GTX 1080 and Ryzen 3700 plays at a high 60 FPS 1440p. Forward take. You have a 2080? I mean, it's a fucking next-gen game, dude. What the fuck do you expect? Like, okay, some of you guys are being ridiculous. If you can play a next-gen game in a fucking 1060, then what are you complaining about? Like, I played with a 2080 Ti. I played ultra settings. Like, I had psycho settings up. Literally tweak it. Actually tweak it. No, go back. There are walkthroughs. Like, I made minor adjustments that went an insanely long way. You're crazy. I have a 2010 all-in-one PC and I couldn't run it not optimized at all. What is a 2010 all-in-one PC? Are you saying you have a fucking 10-year-old PC? I don't understand. A decade-old PC? Oh, dude, I got a fucking Nintendo DS and it's not running a fucking game that just came out. Are you is he trolling me, right? Okay, oh, he's fucking troll. Okay, I don't know. Some people's watch this on the PS4 version. It's a joke. I have all the settings up on my PC and it cries sometimes, but it runs hella smooth. I built my own PC though. Don't know the specs.
What the Wave House is
Yeah, the cascading shadows straight the fuck up is like the cascading shadows is a big killer. It's a big like VRAM suck, but as soon as that goes away, as soon as you fucking dial that back, it's remarkable how well it works. Right,
the modern family and one of the most unusual and
okay, bro, literally at 1080p with a 2080 and 8 with tweak settings with DLSS quality. I dip like 58 PS in the most intensive areas, especially during firefights. The game is not optimized in comparison to graphically equal games like R2 do. Red Dead Redemption 2, I get 90 FPS on that game no matter where I go. Cyberpunk is definitely not optimized very well. Okay.
Provocative new family.
What is this? Watch this for the PS4 version. Wait for the alleyway.
It's a set piece moment where you're driving down through the inner city and you're in a shootout and car chase.
FPS.
And it cannot run. It's not just that it's running at 20 FPS, under 20 FPS, but it stutters as well as it streams in the world.
There's slowdown, there's stuttering, The visual quality is seriously compromised. I mean, the whole thing is just kind of a mess.
Yeah.
And this is really just a simple scripted sequence, and the game actually gets more demanding than this as you play.
So obviously the next test is, you know, that first moment where you emerge to the big city, where you've got full control. You can walk anywhere, you can run anywhere.
Oh no!
Get in your car for the first time. So getting in the car, it just immediately buckles, and you can just see this is just not going to go anywhere. As long as you're in a vehicle, you're going to have a hard time. This is interesting. I think we're in this inner city area, and on every playthrough where I turn this
and they have no cars. Oh god, that's so bad.
Corner, there's a big stutter.
I love that it says Tom's Diner, by the way. It's somehow fitting.
Oh god,
I do my best. Bad. We serve our finest meals there and our lowest frame rates. But yeah, so I kind of made...
Wait, they did a Xbox One and PlayStation 4 review?
Well, I had just as much fun playing Cyberpunk 2077 on PC as Tom did for his review. On the base PlayStation 4 or Xbox One, it is a different game entirely.
Oh my god, what are they gonna say? I need to see this. Oh, this is so
fails
bad.
To hit even the lowest bar of technical quality one should expect when even playing on lower end hardware. It performs so poorly that it makes combat, driving, and what is otherwise a mastercraft of storytelling legitimately difficult to look at.
Like what you see?
It is not an exaggeration to say that I felt nauseated after playing because of the terrible frame rate. It really is that bad, and it's very suspicious that CD Projekt Red refused to provide console review copies ahead of launch.
What the fuck was that?
Copies ahead of launch. In my original tests on patch 1.02, frame rate dipped into the teens on Xbox One during key story moments involving combat. And while patch 1.04 promised more stability, it's still...
Wait, did I miss it?
In my original tests on patch 1.02, frame rate dipped into the teens on Xbox One during key story moments involving combat. And while patch 1.04 promised more stability...
Dude, yeah, no, this deserves a fucking, deserves a reimbursement. Dude, I am so fucking fortunate. Holy shit. I have an i5 2070 Super and ran at 120 FPS, no problems with mid settings. These people are dumb. You don't even need, you can go higher than that, dude. What are you talking about? You can go higher than mid settings. Dude, if I could crank out on a 2080... If I could crank out all the way to Ultra on a 2080 Ti, which is very good, obviously it's like not the latest, but like I was running fucking ray tracing, dude. Like it was insane.
It still struggles to maintain 30 FPS and crashes are still frequent. At best,
look, if the game was actually well optimized, it wouldn't be performing this bad on last gen consoles. I think it was well optimized for the PC. Like, also, what are you talking about? Well optimized overall for every fucking platform.
Love your stuff.
Like, dude, Red Dead Redemption 2 was not well optimized. Like, games that are optimized well for the fucking PlayStation and consoles are not necessarily well optimized for the PC. What are you talking about? So many fucking games defending corporations. No, I'm not defending... Dude, I'm not defending Cyberpunk at all for the PlayStation part especially. These guys probably don't even have the game. I have a 1K starter, NZXT, and it ran fine. %of your audience have a GPU that costs 5 times less than yours? Probably. They recommended PC users play on a 1066 gigabyte on high and it barely runs. What can you seriously expect for an 8-year-old console knowingly about to get replaced? No. That's bullshit. That is unacceptable. No, I don't think that is not a reasonable thing to say. Then you delay release once more and you make it a next gen game only. Like, you can't do that. You cannot do that. Now, I have talked about this as well, like with, I said gigabyte. Shut up. I know.
Gigabyte.
I said gigabyte. Oh, don't make fun of me, okay? I'm Turkish. I say stupid shit like that from time to time. Gigabyte dedim abi, alay ediyor yani orospu çocukları, görüyor musunuz? Duyuyor musunuz? Benimle taşak geçiyor Amerikalı pezevenkler. Ulan 2 dil konuşmayı öğren, ondan sonra benimle gel taşak geç. Amcık ağızlı pezevenkler ya. Evet, gigabyte dedim lan orospu çocukları ya. İnanamıyorum ya, nasıl hemen taşak geçiyorlar, görüyor musun? Gigabyte. Anyway, as I was saying, dude, G and J's are so weird in fucking English. It's not my fault. Fix your fucking language, you dumb fucks. Okay? It like literally does not make sense. Like it is the stupidest fucking language on the planet. Anyway, with like W and V, like yeah.
Bro, there are so many gigabytes in this card.
Okay, so what I was saying before I got fucking derailed is, what they should have done is say, you know, fuck it, we're gonna do this. It's gonna be a next gen.
English is a bad language, you're right.
And that's it. Like, because you can't do that. You literally cannot fucking do that. When Red Dead Redemption 2 exists, you can't turn around and be like, yeah, we made this fucking game, but it's basically somewhere in between a PS5 launch, but like we're gonna try and run it on your PS4, like your release console. Like, you can't do that. Now, there is also a difference between Red Dead and Cyberpunk. And the difference between Red Dead and Cyberpunk is like how dense the cities are. Red Dead did not have a singular fucking area that was as dense as Cyberpunk. Okay? That's still the truth. Like, the wilderness was crazy. The wilderness is crazy, and like rendering all that cool shit is incredible. I don't know how the fuck they got away with like building such beautifully looking grass and all this other stuff. St. Denis was nowhere near the same level of density as the Cyberpunk city. But having said that, Cyberpunk Desert sucked ass. Bro, you guys are saying St. Denis, you are laughably wrong. Like, isn't that what it was called? Saint Denis or whatever? The fucking whatever, the fucking city, like the actual city that they had in Red Dead. I don't remember what it was called. Isn't it? Saint Denis. Okay, whatever. Shut up. It doesn't matter. Oh my god. It was nowhere near as dense as Night City. But then again, another great example of how fucking fundamentally broken this game was how broken the desert landscape was for Cyberpunk in comparison to the desert landscape of like Red Dead Redemption, which was clearly way better designed.
It will regularly crash to the system screen on Xbox One. At worst, it'll hard lock your system and you have to turn it off.
Dear brother, today I write to inform you that Cyberpunk's unlock has continued another day. Please send help. It has lasted 5 days.
And then on again. In short, neither the PS4 or Xbox One is able to hold a steady frame rate and often freezes altogether for seconds at a time.
Come on down to St.
It wasn't advertised as a next-gen game. The recommended specs are not in any shape or form next-gen. Why are you doing the Gamer Bro defense with anecdotal evidence of your own setup with a $1K card? Dude, why do people do this thing where they only hear one side of my argument and refuse to listen to the other side of the argument and you guys are now saying true. What did I just say? They should have fucking stopped the release, pushed it back, and made it a next generation game. Did I not just say this? I said it is unacceptable that they released this product to consoles since day one. Like, why do you always do this?
If you don't tell us why you won't play Fallout,
It's the funniest thing that, like, it's the funniest thing that chat does is like, oh, well, you said one thing and then you followed up with another thing. I am going to focus on the first part of the argument that I don't like and act like you never said the second part of the argument, which also offers additional clarity to what my perspective is. You said it was well optimized. I said for how bad it is on the fucking PlayStation, it was remarkably well optimized for the PC. I still stand by this, and it's not just anecdotes from my own personal experience. You did say that one thing though,
Hasanabi 3.
right? Yes, I did. First the Risen, then the Gigabyte, then the Sandy Knee. Okay.
On the base model Xbox One, it appears to be running at less than 720p resolution at times, though that fluctuates due to dynamic scaling. Even so, you can expect to see it drop as low as 10 frames per second during combat, which is all but unplayable, and it's in the 20s even when you're doing simple routine things like walking outside in the introduction. The PS4 is slightly
literally because you have a 4K PC anecdotal LMAO. Dude, it's the GPU that fucking matters in this situation. And my GPU is really good. It was top of the line GPU before this next gen GPUs came out. But I'm not talking just about my graphics card. I'm talking about the performance that I had on a 2080 Ti. I maxed out all the fucking settings. Like, I was able to literally max out all the fucking insane settings. The CPU matters if you're playing at 1080p.
better in performance and stability since patch 1.04, but at the sacrifice of texture load-in time. Characters will often appear blocky while you wait an agonizingly long time for their faces to show up to the party, and geometry or textures will sometimes fail to appear even with all the effects like film grain and motion blur turned off. Both platforms have several major issues with the open world, such as signs that have no graphics at all until they load in about 5 seconds later, making it impossible to navigate without the map, and explosions or effects that happen comically late or fail to trigger at all. It's not just visual, the enemy AI will sometimes break and won't even shoot at you.
Okay, that's not even a fucking Xbox thing, that literally happens on the PC as well. That was a clear fucking AI. That was not even like optimization for the consoles. It was literally in the regular game on my experience as well.
The excellent voice acting is one of the few things that holds up.
Eyes and ears open, all right?
Everything else is nearly unrecognizable compared to the PC version. Even the PS4 Pro and Xbox One X, which have some problems of their own, are a huge step up from this technical mess. If your only option right now is to play Cyberpunk 2077 on either of the base platforms, I highly suggest you don't play at all until its many terrible performance issues are fixed. And if you've already bought it and had an experience similar to what I've described, you should absolutely get.
I think you benefited a lot from the DLSS, which is honestly revolutionary and only works with RTX cards. Yeah, that could be the case. It is fucking crazy. The DLSS is unlike anything I've ever experienced.
A refund if possible.
Hey there, dollface.
The PlayStation 4 and Xbox One versions are simply not in an acceptable state, and it makes me sad to think that so many people are having their first Cyberpunk 2077 experience ruined this way. Because when it works, it's a fantastic RPG. It just doesn't work here. For more Cyberpunk 2077, check out our review of the PC version and our console performance analysis video. And for everything else, stick with IGN.
Yeah, it's so bad. It's so fucking bad, dude. Played 60 plus hours, GTX 1060, high settings, ran well, little bugs. Yeah, no, it is. Oh God, I knew everyone was gonna get triggered by the RPG mention. It's an action adventure. It's not an RPG. Blah, blah, blah, blah, blah, blah, blah, blah, blah, blah. It was definitely dumb as fuck that they released it on old consoles. Fuck. They literally should have fucking waited. They should have waited. If they waited and made this like a fully next gen release, dude. If they waited and made this a full next gen fucking release, it would have been especially because on top of everything else, they would have been able to build some of these very clear fucking flaws. They would have made more game. I think they could have made a better game overall too. Like, I don't know, add fucking driving AI, add police AI, like make sure the cops don't just like fucking spawn in your asshole. I just bought it with a PS5 bundle. No more waiting. We were supposed to be selling the holidays and new console launches. Didn't they start development when PS3 was the latest platform? No, that doesn't count. That doesn't mean anything. They stopped for years. This was supposed to launch on the last gen consoles. The new one's not even out yet. They purposely delayed it even more so that they could get away with running it better on new consoles. Rumor has it the last delay was because it didn't pass certification on consoles. It's because it was advertised for PS4 back in 2018. Seeing as most people can't get a PS5 yet, they should have made it run for last gen consoles better, or just delay the game until 2021. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Delay the game until 2021. Guys, you already know what my thoughts are on this. It is literally the fucking lore, okay? It is literally the lore, the deep lore that they were able to build a competent game to some degree. Like a game off of the deep, deep lore. That's it. That is what fucking carries this shit all the way. It's so fucking good. And that's precisely why I was able to fucking play it. Like, you guys are making it seem like I was experiencing like crippling levels of addiction with Cyberpunk for the past week or so because they gave me like a $7 million ad campaign or something. Like, you literally cannot fucking make up the excitement that I had and the addiction that I experienced for a game like this. You can't buy that. Dude, the way you feel about CP, then you would love New Vegas. I get it. I felt the same way about it. Like, it was just, it directly fucking was made for me. This game was made for me, man. And I'm an old gamer. I'm an old head, so I don't give a fuck about the bugs, obviously. So you already know what it is on that end. Like, I am so fucking used to just like Jim Sterling talking about why gaming discourse is shit right now because of Cyberpunk. Ooh, I'll watch this. I love this.
Do you want to kick off today's video with a joke? I thought we'd keep things light, kick off with a bit of a joke, you know, have a bit of a joke. So here's a joke for you. For over a year, and only more virulently, in the months and weeks before its release, Cyberpunk 2077's fans defended the game they loved but hadn't played from any and all criticism. The slightest objection to Cyberpunk 2077 being seen as the greatest video game of all time was quickly rallied against and swatted down and attacked en masse. The suggestion that CD Projekt Red could ever do any wrong was blasphemy to these people. You couldn't mention CDPR's workplace toxicity. You couldn't question CDPR's question.
I love Jim, but he's been so cringe lately. Okay, listen. Jim is a fucking legend, okay? I think he's very good. Like, very, very good. And very thoughtful, and everything that
Azan Pogo.
Jim uses they. Shit, my bad. Wait, really? Since when did it? Were they always? Did they always use they? I did not know that. What the fuck? Is it he they or just they them? And you're just doing that thing. It came out as non-binary recently. I caught a live stream. Jim was recently talking about transitioning. Oh, damn. All pronouns? Okay. Is they, them? My bad, I did not know. I'm a non-binary pansexual, gender trash. I like all pronouns. I haven't been this comfortable with myself before ever. Okay, first of all, they said that they're non-binary, but also they don't care about all pronouns. Which is somewhat of a relief because as a Turkish person, I always fuck pronouns up. And that means like he and she using both. But anyway, regardless. Okay, so bok gibi dil amına koyayım. Aynen ya. Ağzına sıçacağım ya. Öğrendik ondan sonra bir de laf ediyorlar. Bok gibi her şeyi boktan İngilizcenin ya. Allah kahretmesin yemin ediyorum. Anyway, fucking English, dude. It's just such a broken, fundamentally broken language. So as I was saying, it's just they, them. It says it in their Twitter bio. Yeah, but they also, first of all, they also said they like all fucking pronouns. So, what do you, why, wait, explain to me why one cancels out the other. Please tell me why one is a higher hierarchy than the other one. Okay? Well, please. Please, if they say they them on their pronouns on Twitter, and maybe I'm fucking completely wrong on this, but if they say they them on their Twitter, but they also say I like all pronouns, why are you so mad? Oh my fucking god! Because the reason why I'm mad is because that is absolutely and 100% fucking deliberate, dude. Old tweet? I mean, it's from August. Why would they say this? I am using they, them, by the way. But why would they say this if in August, from August to now? Good job on getting derailed by chat. Let's digress from CP and talk about Jim Sterling's pronouns for 20 minutes instead. I know that they fucking canceled Cyberpunk. I think they meant like all pronouns romantically because of pansexuality. No, that just means that would mean no, they wouldn't say I like all pronouns. That's covered by being pansexual. Yeah, I bet they put they them because it is a better way to clearly indicate that they are non-binary, but they themselves do not care about whatever pronoun that you call them. That's probably the reason why they put they. Well, even then they would say all pronouns, right? Wouldn't they say that? Anyway, regardless, the point, the reason why I get fucking frustrated with this shit is that, one, like, I'm MB and put they them because it's safer for people to understand. Yeah, like, the reason why I get fucking frustrated by this, is because, like, if there's two conflicting pieces of information there, your point of view, your POV shouldn't immediately be to, like, no, you're actually fucking, like, you're actually on purpose, even when you're trying to be accommodating, you're actually on purpose trying to, like, fucking correct just to be on the right side. If they say it's okay, it should be okay. I know, you're, like, overriding what they are saying about their preferred gender pronouns. No. Wait, I did? Sorry, hold on one second. I have they, them in my bio instead of any pronouns, even though I don't really care, just so people don't use he, him as a default. I just got here, context, please. Give context, please. I just thought it was the best to go with the more recent thing. Shrug. Move on, chat and streamer. By the way, their stream is a very strict pronoun policy. They time out people who still call Jim he, him. I think we should respect that. Oh, okay. Never mind then. If that's the case, then yeah, then either A, they might have updated. I mean, I've been calling them they, them since you guys said they, them anyway, regardless.
Can you stop calling yourself a boomer gamer when you won't play something unless it has the graphics of Cyberpunk on a $20,000?
I could have changed over time, but if it's probably safe to just use they, them anyway, since we don't personally know. Okay, fair. Did you know that there's another visually stunning dystopian future role-playing game that actually runs well on PlayStation 4? It's Final Fantasy VII Remake. Play it, Azuni. Well, as an MB, I appreciate how considerate you are about gender stuff most of the time. Like, if it's they in the bio, why complain about it? It's not that important. Might be conflicting information, sure, but those are the pronouns in the bio. Just ignore the other information. No, the other person was, like, turning this into a conversation where it made it seem like it was, like, where I'm, like, deliberately being bad or something. You know what I mean? And that's what's really fucking frustrating. When, like, every instance of, like, misgendering is not necessarily a personal slight to what do you call it? A personal slight, or, like, purposely me being, like, fucking annoying to misgender someone deliberately. Anyway, what does chat come at you like you're being malicious? That's what fucking kills me. Like, you get madder at overcorrecting than intentional misgendering consistently? Wait. There's no fucking way this piece of shit is a member of this community. There's no fucking way, dude. Hassan, you just have bad takes like everyone else. Move on. Love you arguing with chat. You have the heart of a contrarian. Sock them recommendations law. There's no fucking way, dude. There is no fucking way. There's no fucking way. There is no fucking way that this person has been in this community for a long enough time. Oh my god, get the fuck you, dude. Seriously, fuck yourself. Anyway, you get madder at overcorrecting. This is the kind of person that I fucking despise on the left, by the way. This is literally the kind of person who is like looking for a reason to be angry. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, okay? Let me tell you something. You are not progressive. You are not woke. You have landed on the right side, the correct side of the morality spectrum, and now you are using your own personal frustrations and your own personal anger at the world for probably legitimate reasons, by the way, against others on an endless conquest to make yourself feel better. It is deeply frustrating that people like you, and I'm talking directly to you, Chatter, the one that was doing that, people like you make this shit so fucking hard. Anyway, let's get back to the Jimquisition. As I was saying before, and I did not know this, but Jim recently came out as non-binary. I will be using they them pronouns. Hopefully I will not fuck it up. I might. But they are a fucking legend. I think that their interest in wrestling is never. I never understood it. Sometimes they can have like. I mean, I don't know. They love costume parties and shit. It's not my stuff at all. It's not for me. But their takes are so fucking good, especially on the gaming end. Oh my lord. Okay, very good. Very leftist, left-leaning. As a TERF, I respect your response to non-binary people and trans people. Gender isn't real and trans women are... Wait, what? There's no way the process about China colonizing Hong Kong, they're right. Wait. As a TERF? Just admit you hate trans people and move on? Okay. I mean, good job.
Relationship with socio-political issues. You couldn't even say that the game gave you a seizure when the game gave you a seizure without Cyberpunk 2077 fans pointing at you and thinking, that criticism is a little too far. And then Cyberpunk 2077 came out.
Azan, P.O. Box when? Azan, P.O. Box when? Call me doctor, by the way.
Oh, that's why he's dead, bro. This is so bad. The fact that I just bought Cyberpunk 2 days ago, big clown energy. Well, depending on what you bought it for. Still game of the year? The game I played is the game of the year, yes, for me. What, you think I'm gonna be accommodating in my own personal fucking game of the year take? Like, oh yeah, I obsessed over a fucking game and spent 50 hours over the course of a fucking weekend while like literally having ongoing battles with people who kept telling me that it's fucking transphobic and try to convince me that the game sucked dog shit, and yet I still fucking played it. Like a crazy person, but hey, you know, it was bad. It was disastrous. The rollout was fucking disastrous for PlayStation owners and Xbox owners. So I guess like my personal experience and my personal feelings on the game is completely unimportant. You asked me for my take. Yeah, for me, it is game of the year. I loved it. This is my favorite game of this year. I said with all the bugs, my experience with the game, even with all the bugs, it's an 8. It'd be a 9.5 if it was a bug-free game. Oh, damn, there's flying cars. Wait, what the fuck? Wait, were there flying cars in the game? There's no way, right? That was a...
Video game discourse is completely fucking broken. It's been broken since before I even started talking about video games for a living, and I can tell you it was broken then because it's broken now, and it's the exact same fucking discourse. You think the weeks of outrage leading up to and immediately following Cyberpunk 2077's release constitutes a new phenomenon? Oh no, it's not even the first time it's happened this year. As you might have forgotten already, but The Last of Us Part 2 came out a few months ago and sent fans into spirals of irrational anger. Before then it was Death Stranding, Red Dead Redemption 2, Smash Brothers, it goes on. In 2006 it was Twilight Princess. At the time the most important, soul-rendingly crucial game of all time. I mean, it was that important. They're always that important. For about 2 weeks, and then they're not anymore. Twilight Princess isn't even the most important Zelda game, let alone the most important game period. But that's how it was treated. It's how all these games are treated for about 2 weeks after they come out, and then everyone realizes that, oh, this is just a fucking video game. It's not actually the center of the goddamn universe. But GameSpot reviewer Jeff Gerstmann notoriously gave the, at the time, latest Legend of Zelda 8.8 out of 10, and was harassed for it, hounded for it, hated for it. That was around the time I started getting into games media myself, and it set the course for nearly 2 decades of unbelievable bullshit, circular arguments, and a discussion that only...
They talk weird because they're British. So I was like, why does Jim talk so weird?
evolves in terms of how vicious it gets, never in terms of content or resolution. Reviews shouldn't have scores. Reviews should be objective. Reviewers should 100% a game before writing about it. But Metacritic, though. I've seen these same arguments since 2006. I've been there for all of them, and they've never once changed. Like pretty much all mainstream video game discourse, it's stagnant, boring, and unbelievably toxic. You all know the routine by now, because a routine is what it is. You know what to expect when a major so-called AAA game drops its review embargo and the critical consensus comes in. For the most part, it's always a consensus. It's simply a fact that the majority of big-budget mass-market AAA games will enjoy incredibly high review scores. In reviews that sometimes don't mention important things like the story, because the story is...
You can't even get mad at reviewers this time, though, because, like, they didn't even have access to the PS4. They didn't even have access to the fucking PS4 or Xbox copies, which was insane. Like, can you imagine? No. Listen. Like, normally, fuck the reviewers all the way. Fuck the reviewers all the way. Always. But, like, bro, what are you gonna do if you don't have a fucking... What are you gonna do when you don't have access to, like, how fucking broken the how are you gonna recognize how broken the fucking Xbox and PlayStation 4 copies are when you don't have access to it?
The people that see your genuine care for all.
The PC version they had was completely broken, though, much more than the version you played. Jeff Gerstmann was honest and immediately said the game should not have been released even on PC. Yeah, that's true. Like, even even my review was not great. Or even my version originally was not great. Holy shit. What the fuck? Dude, this game is crazy. This game is flat out incredible with all the whining complaints I've seen. Oh my god. The reviewers even mentioned that they weren't allowed to show footage of them playing, which is very telling. Yeah, that shit was crazy too. What's wrong with reviewers? Why are they bad? A lot of reviewers don't fucking, like, go balls to the wall with their reviews. The joke is always that, like, IGN will be like, unplayable, 9 out of 10. You know what I mean? They're motivated by other reasons, let's say, outside of they're they're motivated by other reasons outside of